Hey everyone, Deathmark here. We're going to continue on here, give it another. We're not doing the same mission, we're going to hit up a different mission, but we're going to take and give it another shot. I'm just going through and collecting some armor. I want to make sure that I try and catch up. Get some of this gear so matched up. Weapons. We get so much things though. They're just getting our gear a little level up. So this was the mission I tried to do, Greater Demon level. Greater Demon Hunting, level 70. The mission level was all the red swords, so a lot harder. We're gonna head to this one instead, the Missing Catalog. Level is 67. I also used all my Spirit Stone items and stuff like that, so I have a decent amount of Amrita. Hopefully we'll be able to get into the level and hopefully level up quickly. It seems a secret scroll has been stolen from Mount Hiei by persons unknown. It may be too late, but there's still a chance, however small, of retrieving it. Will you investigate? That's what we're gonna try and do. I don't know how we're gonna level up yet. I'm debating on throwing stuff into the health skill, even though it's not gonna boost my damage for my items and stuff like that, like for my specific weapons and swords. I think it'll still be beneficial just to get a decent amount of health and life, just because obviously we're struggling, obviously we're getting one shot, so if we can get a little more health, maybe that'll help us out. I'm not sure. In the end, we might just end up respecking. Haven't done a respec yet. I have the items and equipments to respec, I just haven't gone through it yet. So we might end up doing it, might not. Not entirely sure yet. I don't want to say we're not going to and then end up doing it. Don't say we're going to and then end up not doing it. But I think it is fairly likely that we will end up respecking at some point, just because obviously playing this game through, I don't have the exact playstyle figured out and everything else. So I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen. Also, probably noticed there, wasn't able to move, having some issues. I don't know why, but sometimes when using the controller on my computer, the controller has a tendency to lag out or lose connection, so it might be the cord I'm using. So that's why I have a tendency to try first to play keyboard or mouse, just because lagging out in the middle of a fight can get you killed pretty easy. The other thing is, I'm not saying I'm better with keyboard and mouse, because that's not true. I grew up with a Xbox controller and stuff like that, so I'm much more comfortable playing the game this way, but the tendency for it to possibly lag out or not work. It's just, I think it's got me more afraid than my lack of skill with the keyboard and mouse, which I think is something to say. Got myself falling there. I did do a little bit with switching items, not a lot, so we do have a little bit of a different setup for our amulet slots. I chose some with some higher defense. They might just be higher level in general, but just trying them out, seeing if I like them, stuff like that. Plus, so far it seems that I'm having some defense issues, which light armor, you're going to have it. Just, I think, part of the game, so need to focus on better technique, better dodging, better skill that way. Obviously, getting our levels up with our I think getting our levels up by doing the soul matching would help as well. I'm hopeful. Ooh, goodness. Okay. Pull up quick. I was really being quite punishing there. Got this here. I think that's the blue icons. That's part of the treasure fence that we have on. Looks like the path is down. Hopefully we don't. So just here. Okay. Damn. So yeah, I could have used a little living weapon there and hopped into that quick. Like we're still just, there's some stuff going on where we just have some nasty, we're just taking nasty crazy damage, which not doing us any sort of wonders at all. We're gonna take it nice and slow. We're gonna take out some of these guys right away before even fighting them, just to make sure. I really don't want to lose my stuff right now. All that Amrita that's sitting there is definitely going to be needed and useful for a level up, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm not taking extra chances that I don't need to. Treasure sense up there, so there must be a treasure sense. The treasure either underneath us or on the hill or something. Whole different people, different experience. Honestly, just quickly dealing with those guys makes it a little bit easier. Gets us through the area. Sometimes the safest approach is to just go about it that way. Just you have someone and you see them, take them out before they can get to you. Obviously, it's not always fun to do it that way. God. There I go. So that's 50,000. That's an easy level up there. All lost. And that was with me even taking my time and stuff, so obviously you still die even taking your time. And that's part of the big reason I'm under leveled is just take my time. I miss it, don't take my time, and still mess up. So there's gotta be, I gotta really focus. I think I'll probably go to some previous submissions and stuff like that. Just to level up, and that way you guys aren't missing any new content. But that still gives me a chance to level up, so that way when I go through these, you guys are actually able to watch something without me just getting stomped all the time. I mean, it's the true experience. Like, you go through bits and pieces of these games, and you definitely run into issues, run into trouble and stuff like that, but it's not always the funnest thing to watch. And especially, like, some of these fights take a very long time when you're under leveled and when you're just dying and not making progress, and you watch a couple hours of just me getting my butt kicked. I don't think anyone wants to sit around and watch that all the time. Don't get me wrong, when I struggle on things, like, for the most part, like, if I struggle on a boss fight, I'm not going to edit it out or anything like that, but going in under leveled is just, it's kind of dumb. It really is. Like, it's just asking to make it a harder fight on yourself than it already is. Some of these fights are just so hard, even when you're over leveled, that I don't want to, like, I want to make sure I'm giving you the true Nioh experience, showing what's going on and everything behind the scenes. But we're gonna definitely spend some time leveling up on some previous missions. Maybe I'll take the time and show up. Just need to focus, or I'm gonna continue to lose. Like you saw there, taking extra damage because I wasn't focused. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna level up using old missions. Maybe I'll use that to do Kadama runs and just say, hey, here's where I found a Kadama, here's where I found a Kadama, and then I'll just edit and cut the video, or I will try and mark them down and go like better path going through. Because when you're going after Kadamas, you just kind of run wild, run crazy for a while. until you eventually find them. So, like I said, I may do that with it. That way, I'm still making some video content out of it, and you're seeing exactly what's going on and stuff. But I don't want to waste your time. I want to make sure I'm giving you good content, solid content. So I'm going to spend the time kind of knowing exactly what's happening, but if there's a bit or piece where I'm under leveled and I'm going in unprepared, that's not how to play this game. So I want to make sure that I'm taking the time, leveling up, and getting to the proper level, or even above that level, and then coming back to you and showing you, hey, this is what the game's meant to be done, or how it's meant to be played. Because even once I get to the proper level, you're still gonna see me get my butt kicked. Still gonna see me run into walls, run into issues and stuff like that. So at least then I have a chance. Now, if I was better at the game, maybe I'd do a lot better with like getting my playing the game under leveled. But like I said, I'm gonna make sure to give you what I can and make sure I give you good content as much as possible. It was the work of a ninja, slain by a demon now, but still, who can have sent them? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter with the scroll safely back. It looks like the scroll is some sort of guide to making weapons. The one who asked me for help finding it told me that I might lend it to you. Even if you cannot read it, perhaps you know someone who can. So that's a text that we can give to the blacksmith so that they can get us better equipment. I think it's just a new equipment mostly, but better. Got the submission here. This is the one I started trying and just kept getting kicked and knocked down, but also that's 10 levels over, so should have just paid attention to that and realized, of course, that was gonna happen. Let's see what's over here. 65, 70. That 70 is a little less. 65 here. That 65 says it's more stuff. No. Ninja tab. 56,000, we're still way under what we need for a level. Honestly, I'm gonna probably pair this video up with the other video that I had before this, since they're both short. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this video short. I'm gonna go do some grinding, get some better equipment, probably fight some revenants, stuff like that. Once I get closer to a reasonable level, or on level, or even slightly above, then I'll come back, I'll start this series up again and continue on. I'm running another series at the same time, so I'm running the Dark Souls series. That's a game I'm much more comfortable with. I'll still die, as you can see, but that I'm a little less afraid to go under leveled and stuff like that, and because of that, you know, we'll at least get videos out in the meantime, even if it takes me a little bit to get this one back up to stock. But I appreciate you bearing with me. I appreciate you suffering through with me when times are tough here. But thanks again. Have a good one.